You are about to see the biggest adventure of my life. 5 days off-roading in the northwest corner of Texas, MERUS Adventure Park just outside of Amarillo. This is my first time ever wheeling west of the Mississippi, and it was a blast. I cannot wait to share this video with you. And if you would love to do this with me in the future, let me know. Drop a comment. Let me know if you're interested. I don't have a hard deadline just yet. I'm just putting feelers out. And it might even be a couple years away before I do it, but I would love to do this again, and I'd love to bring a group. So leave a comment below. Can't wait to hear from you. In the meantime, enjoy this video. It's a blast, and it's really long because there was so much fun there, and I cut a ton out, and it's still over 2 hours long. You are watching 1870 Off-Road. All right, guys, I just got my first dirt in Texas. And I went all the way to West Texas, Northwest Texas to do it. We're just outside of Amarillo. My first time ever riding dirt in Texas. And I did it big. Went all the way to the other side of Texas to ride dirt. How about that? Something's going on up here. There's a car stopped in the middle of this dirt road. We'll see what's going on. Well, a big, massive storm front had just blew through Texas the previous day, and I come up to a car stuck in the mud trying to get down a county road to MERUS Park. And while pulling that car out of the mud, a truck come by to go around us, and then they got stuck, ended up pulling that truck out of the mud as well. Now, the truck, there was a Jeep in front of him. He has a Jeep on the back of a trailer. He could have really got himself out there, but I told him when he was stuck, I said, man, I already got my recovery gear out. I said, I'll just go and hook up to you and pull you out, and this is getting your stuff off that trailer. Well, I've made my first recovery, and I hadn't even got to the park yet. Matter of fact, I backed up, made my second recovery, and I haven't got to the park yet. I did not expect that to happen. That's different. I wasn't expecting all this mud either. So, oh, that's why you do these things. You learn every time you do something. Lesson learned today is the county roads going to the off-road park can be just as fun as the off-road park. Well, here we are, putting up the MERUS Park. This was the goal.
This is your destination.
Yes, I have.
I can't join you. My life is about the journey anyway.
We're just out here wheeling, and look at that canyon. Oh my Lord. Look at that. Oh, I can't wait to see a better view of it. For day one, I had just drove clear across the state of Texas and decided that there wasn't going to be a whole lot of riding this day. We explored the campgrounds, the 100 road, the 200 road, the main drive around the park, and mainly just enjoyed the canyon views and set up camp and enjoyed the wildlife. The bulk of the riding will be days 2, 3, and 4. In a rare moment for me, I'm not doing any talking. I'm just filming. The Palo Duro Canyon is breathtaking, and I am in awe right now. But if you listen closely in the background, you're going to hear a whole lot of Jeeps running. I was here at the very end of the MERUS Unite event. Now, I didn't get to take part in it because it was already sunset or close to it by the time I got here. But I got to see the aftermath. There were a lot of Jeeps there. All right, sun is setting. Got the canyon back here, Palo Duro. Man, it's beautiful. Turn the football game down. I'm watching LSU and A&M. I got signal up here, guys. I got my iPad going, streaming YouTube TV. It works better here than it does my house. This is so cool. I'm so glad I did this. My God, I'm so glad I did this. Best thing ever. I got to turn my radio off because of my battery though. All right, and there we go. Sun is setting. It's gonna be a beautiful day, beautiful night. It's gonna be a beautiful trip, guys. Got rainbows on the horizon over there. This is awesome. This is so awesome. At campsites scattered all around. I kind of got this one here to myself, but there's like other spots. There's spots down there. There's campsites all around you. So you're not like in private, but you're not right on top of each other. So yeah, there's somebody camping there. There's somebody camping over there. You see them. Anyways, there's a lot of people here. There's people coming up out of the canyon. People camping on the other side over there. Pretty cool, guys. All right. Also, since I'm here for the first time, and this is my first time in Texas, I told the campgrounds I wanted to get a different camp spot every single night so that I can get the full experience of MERUS Adventure Park, and it was a blast. All right, for the next 2 or 3 minutes, no voiceover, just sit here and take in the absolute beauty of this canyon and the sun setting over it. It's amazing. Set up for a lot of long edit drone shots here. I'm gonna quit talking. Just check it out. It's beautiful. It speaks for itself. And leave me a comment down below. I think I'm going to come back to this place in the future. And if you'd like to try to be a part of that, maybe make a trip where we get a whole bunch of people together, try to meet up at the same time, let me know if you want to take place in it or if you'd rather do this kind of thing by yourself. Leave me a comment. Well, I'll tell y'all how I know I'm better than John Wayne. John Wayne didn't carry a toothbrush and toothpaste with him, and deodorant. I'm better at doing this Wild West stuff than John Wayne was. Just so you all know. All right, we have cleaned up our campsite. Everything packed up in the Jeep. Day number 2, MERUS Adventure Park. We're gonna hit some trails. We've only done one trail so far. That was a little easy one coming in, 100 or something like that. I don't know. It was nothing to it. We ain't done the actual trails yet. We just did the one trail to get us to our campsite. We're gonna head back up to the office, take over his paperwork, and we hit some trails. It's gonna be fine. Here we go. Day number 2, MERUS Adventure Park. Off-road park, whatever it's called. All right, the plan for this adventure, this is my first time ever being west of the Mississippi doing kind of wheeling, into the point where we get to the desert. And I know it's different, so we're gonna start off with the easier stuff. I'm gonna learn how Western wheeling is, and I'm gonna work my way up in difficulty. So for the first day, we're gonna stick to 3, 4, maybe 1 number 5 trail towards the end of the day. And I'm gonna learn how to drive my Jeep off-roading on the West Coast, even though this is really more center of the country. So I'm gonna have all 3 cameras going for this one, but this is the part that's gonna get kind of sketchy, they say. They say it ain't that bad, but oh hey, you know what? Need to be in 4-low. I'm in 2-wheel drive. That would have been bad. Look at that view, my lord. All right, so this really ain't bad. It's just 1 Jeep wide. You got a couple switchbacks you got to take to get down it. So just going down into the canyon. I thought this was gonna be bad, the way they were describing it, but this ain't that bad. I think it's the other one that's the bad one. Just like that, we are down and we are in the canyon. This should be a blast. We're going to do the 101 first and see what it's all about. All right, we are now doing MERUS 101, 4-low, an automatic this time. I had to go in manual for the other one because it had some steep ups and downs, so transmission didn't want to go in right gear. Which does that with 4-low. It doesn't. It'll put it in the right gear, but it waits till you're already halfway up the hill to do it. So you got to put it in manual mode and downshift it manually. But anyways, that being said, we're on 101 now. I think this is gonna be fairly easy from what I understand. This will be the access to everything. So here we go, 101. Oh man, this is beautiful. I don't want to get out and set my drone up, but I might do that a little later on. I want to do exploring before I set the drone up. I haven't been filming that much because honestly 101 it's fun, but there's not a lot to it. But this is the interest of Huckleberry, which is a badge trail, which I'm not doing Huckleberry, but that's it right there. If I were going to do Huckleberry, and one day I will, that'd be where you'd enter it at, right there. And an editing note, by day 4, I'm going to have done a lot of wheeling and built my confidence up in my West Coast driving. And I'm going to attempt that black trail, Huckleberry, and I'm going to get about halfway down it before I have to bail out. So be looking out for day 4 to check that out. Take a second to take in all these views.
going down Landry's Landing. One ridge going down Landry's Landing.
So that trail is called Chuck Norris. I ain't even gonna attempt to go drive or cross Chuck Norris because nobody crosses Chuck Norris. And something that's becoming, or at least almost becoming, an 1870 off-road tradition, I am trying to talk to the camera while eating a handful of pistachios. All right, we're at the end of the property. That's the end of 101. Back 40 is there. We're in South Penns, and that's the 101 loopback. So we're going to look up and figure out what all these are. But we're going to stop, get out, stretch our legs, let him do his business. He's been holding it in. I've been holding it in. So, yeah. I'm going to kind of sit here and evaluate. I'm going to strap some stuff down in there. I got a box that keeps moving around. I got to strap it down. So anyways, let's do that real quick. I'm looking for snakes, and I'm going to just get my little strap out and tie him to the bumper. So he can roam a little bit, but he stays close. Stay out of the tall grass, boy. That's where the snakes go. Anyways. Yeah. This place is freaking beautiful. Get my phone out and take some pictures while I'm down here. MERUS 101 is appropriately named because it is the trail that accesses every other trail at the park. Also, it kind of teaches you how to wheel on the West Coast and without actually needing four-wheel drive. You can do all this in two-wheel drive, but it gives you a chance to articulate your Jeep and learn how to use it in this style of driving. And now that I've gotten my head wrapped around this, we're going to step up in difficulty here. Back 40 is a blue trail rated 4. It's about the easiest blue trail you can do. So we're going to get out and start riding this and step my way up in difficulty. And before long, we'll be on a blue trail rated number 5. So the back 40 is fun. It's slightly more challenging than MERUS 101. It's not challenging though. MERUS 101 was not challenging. I took it really easy with it because it's my first time here, but everything's got grip and everything's got traction. So nothing to it. I was a little worried about having rained all day yesterday, but yeah. Even though it rained, it's good. No problems. So that's a black trail, Starlight. We are not doing black trails today. One day, when I get a front locker and when I get rocker guards, I'll do black trails. I mean, I've already done a black trail, but I was with a big group. I could have winched myself out. I didn't have to winch myself out, surprisingly. But I ain't gonna do it by myself, that's for sure. Not until I have all the stuff you need. Then I'll do it by myself. But anyways, we're continuing to back 40. We're actually almost all the way through it. Got some awesome drone footage to go with this. Obviously can't fly a drone long, it kills the battery. I've never been able to use a drone like that before. Because in Georgia, there's so many trees, you can't use active tracking or nothing like that. I'm just using it in the spot, really. It's more for visual reference. I don't use it to film anything with. But here, I can use it to film. I like this out west stuff. As I do more and more of this, we'll be able to do it. I'm gonna turn the camera on here. You okay back here, Chase? We got a rock out here. For my Jeep not having lockers, this could be a challenge. So I've got a rub. Sounds like it's coming from the right front when I'm at full flex. I can't figure out what it is. I should look at my right rear. Maybe it's that track bar rubbing again. It's rubbed before. The rear is really tight on my anti-rock sway bar. I need a wider axle, pretty much. So, yeah. Anyways, all that being said, though, did fine. Everything was good. Didn't slip, didn't spin. I did drag my front diff a little bit. I saw a bunch of mud on the front of it. It looks like I drug it. And the paint's taken off the bolts, but it was fine. So yeah, good time. Leaving back 40, we'll head to Lonesome Dove. While slightly more technical, it is still a moderate blue trail with a 4 rating. We're now going to begin Lonesome Dove. My understanding is Lonesome Dove is also easy with one big drop off, with like a 2-foot drop. So let's go hit it. Now keep your eye on this giant ledge right here to the left and notice where it looks like people have been driving up this. I saw that and thought, wow, that's not normal. Why are people driving on that? Well, I'm about to realize the trail actually did a U-turn and went left right there, and I missed the turn. Go this way. I think I was supposed to turn back there. I missed my turn. I'm gonna back up and turn around. It's the correct way. So this is a waterfall. I was not supposed to go this way. I think I was supposed to turn back there. I missed my turn. So I'm gonna back up and turn around. Hit the correct way. I followed tire tracks. I guess somebody else made the same mistakes. I followed their tracks. And I noticed it looked like I was starting to come off the blue. I was like, oh, nope, I wasn't supposed to go this way. So we'll turn around and go back the other way. So I'm wondering if the trail goes up this right here. It does kind of look like people have went up this. Yeah, okay, I see the trail right there. One day they tell them put a sign right here that has like a big U-turn, so you realize you're doing a U-turn here. Oh well. Let's go climb this part. Now this section of Lonesome Dove is really off camber and it's really slick. It was raining just a day or two ago and I'm having trouble getting traction getting up there, so I have to go down and back up a couple times. Eventually I'll find the correct line, I'll get some grip and I'll make it over this. The danger here, if you slide sideways far enough, you're going to go off a 2-foot drop and you could roll over. Even though it ain't but a couple feet, it's the correct angle to make you roll over. But hey, now I've got traction, so let's roll on. And once more, let's see it from the roof cam point of view. That is 12 PSI. Anything lower and I'd be tearing my wheels up.
Okay, I'll your turn. Yeah, you're looking good there. Might go a little faster. Yeah, you're good. You're good on the front. You're up. Plow the front a little bit, so yeah, hard pass. Further off. Over the rod.
Now that we've finished Lonesome Dove, we'll move over to Salt Fork, which is still a blue moderate trail, but it steps up in difficulty to a number 5. All right, that was the end of Lonesome Dove. Now we're doing Salt Creek, Salt Flat Creek. Can't read it. Where am I at? Salt Fork. Don't know where I'm getting creek from. We'll take it up here and then we'll hit Deep Creek. Yeah, so taking Salt Creek to Deep Creek. Here we go. All right, decided we were staying on Salt Fork and going out that way. Get my cameras recording. And cameras are recording. Salt Fork, here we go. At this point here, Salt Fork and Northbound begin to crisscross each other as they travel parallel. So I decided to hop back and forth on both trails just so I can get the full experience while only having to make the trip one time. Alright, we did a little crisscrossing of Salt Creek and northbound. And we drove up to the Meadows. It's a pretty cool campsite, but it's 3 of them really close together. Probably cool if you come with a group and want to camp together. I don't know if I want to camp there though. It's not secluded. I think I'm gonna pass on that one, but it's pretty cool. Real pretty. You're down here at the bottom of the canyon. At least now I know it's not secluded. But anyways, we're heading back now. We're gonna head back up on their canyon, get something to eat probably, and see if we can get some ice and maybe get a campsite. It might be 2 or 3 o'clock by the time we get up there. I don't know if that'll be enough riding for today or what. Get out. Either way, no matter what, we're gonna stop and take a break. Probably, maybe that'll be it. Maybe I'll do a little easier riding. Might ride some of the canyon up here. We'll see. In the meantime, we're going back. Well, we went to campsite 123 today. Dog's thrilled about it. He's getting him some sleep after all that off-roading we did. There's so camps right there on top of the hill there. You see the little cabins. That's looking south into the canyon. Maybe not quite as good a view as I had. Actually, better view, but not as good as the view of the canyon down there. It's still a great view. But the one I had over yesterday was over that side of the hill over there. Secluded. I mean, there's a campsite on that little peninsula right there. There's a tent way over there I can see on the other side of the ridge. And I know there's a couple campsites up in there. Matter of fact, there's one right there. 201 should be right down there, which is a good one also. What a cool place. About to make some dinner and lunch combined, actually, and breakfast. I haven't eaten today, so it's probably the only thing I'll eat all day. So hopefully I'll have some leftovers for tomorrow. Check it out. All right, listening to the Martinsville race, making some baked beans and some brisket. Technically the brisket's already made, and why in the world am I off to the side of the screen? We'll fix that in a minute. Open me a can of beans. It's my favorite ones. Now at home, if I'm making these, I'll throw some hot sauce in them because it makes them sweet and spicy. I don't have any hot sauce with me, but I got my secret ingredient. I just don't have my hot sauce. Pour in some of the secret ingredient. Don't take but a little bit. So look, I went from the top to there. I mean, it ain't much. I put a little more in that, but it ain't much, so. You're safe to drive, but I don't make them this way when I gotta go to work. I'll turn the heat down some, it's too hot. Now, I have a box of cooking supplies in here. That's it for now. Second ingredient for camp beans. You need a little protein right here, right? Beans do have protein in them, but you know, you need animal protein because that's the way God made us. Technically, it's the way He made us after Noah's flood. Anyways, that don't matter. Look, yesterday's extra brisket sandwich, I bought an extra one yesterday just for this reason. Kept it cool overnight because it was 40 degrees outside. All I did was sit on the roof. It stayed cool. Take it, dump the brisket in the baked beans. Now, stir your beans and brisket. Get the brisket and beans going over there. Take your leftover bread, give it to the women and children. I didn't bring any women and children. I bought a dog, so you know what I'm gonna do? Give it to him. There you go, Chase. Bread with some brisket on it. There you go. Go back up here watching the race and heat my beans up. That'll be my dinner. And a two-door Jeep up here is coming back. Passed them earlier today. What an awesome place, guys. I love this. All right, that's enough. Let's eat some dinner. All right, guys, a little different from the Georgia Traverse last year. We're gonna have communion. If you haven't had dinner yet, come on with me. If you're not a man of faith, you can skip this part. It's okay. I don't overload my videos with a lot of stuff about my faith. If you don't know Christ, you don't want to know Him, that's fine. That's your business. I ain't gonna try to change your mind, but if you don't want to hear about this, you can skip ahead a minute or two. We'll go to 1 Corinthians chapter 11, just like last time. But I want to back it up to the previous stanza. Paul was talking to the church in Corinth, about how they come together and they're having the Lord's Supper. And he goes, you're not having the Lord's Supper. You guys have too much division among yourself. You're fighting one another. There's factions among you. People saying this, people saying that. People, one is hungry, all this stuff like this, right? And just like, you got a bunch of drunks with you. All these things are going on. Then Paul says, for I received from the Lord that which I also delivered to you. So he's telling them about the Lord's Supper and all the problems they got going on. So now this is where we're going to have communion. If you've not had dinner yet, you may have communion with me. That the Lord, Jesus, on the same night in which he was betrayed, took bread. And when he had given thanks, he broke it and said, take and eat. This is my body, which is broken for you. Do this in remembrance of me. In the same manner, he also took the cup after supper, saying, this cup is a new covenant in my blood. This do as often as you drink it in remembrance of me. For as often as you eat this bread and drink this cup, you proclaim the Lord's death till he comes. This is what we do, guys. We gather together. We hold communion and we eat together. Christ said, every time you eat, remember me. This is what we're going to do right here. Remembering Christ. For the blood he paid, the debt he paid with his blood on the cross. That's what we're remembering. That is salvation. That is the way to heaven. He is the only way to heaven. You cannot be good enough to get to heaven without him. Unfortunately, you can be a great person, but you can't be good enough to go without him. The greatest of people in the world can't make it without him. And some really bad people are going to make it because of him. Because you know what? He will forgive everything bad you ever did. No matter how bad you are. Guys, Paul wrote half the New Testament. Paul murdered Christians. He persecuted them. He tortured them. All these awful things he was doing. He went after the church to destroy it. And Christ converted him on the path. Road to Damascus. You've heard the story. That was Paul. He forgave him of all that stuff. And the church was leery of him at first. You might remember that. Read Acts, guys. They were leery of him at first. They're like, this same dude was just trying to kill us not too long ago. Once he had earned their trust, proved to them, hey, he was a changed man. He met Christ. He was converted. Paul went on to be one of the greatest leaders in the New Covenant. He wrote half the New Testament. Nobody else has that. I mean, John's got, 5 books? Guys, this guy shaped the church so much, and he was one of his hardest persecutors before. So no matter what you did, believe in Christ. He will wash all your sin away from you. He won't remember anymore. In fact, you will find that people who live the hardest lives, people who made the most mistakes, people who were the biggest sinners, usually are your best Christians when they convert, because they've seen the darkness. They've looked into the abyss, and they've seen what stares back at them. And they know how evil and how bad the spiritual battle is. So they end up being the best warriors for Christ. So yeah, if you're out there and you're struggling, believe in him. Call on Christ's name and believe in him. Let his blood wash you clean. That is it, guys. I'm about to eat my brisket and beans. It's going to be awesome, guys. Love this stuff. Love MERUS Park. I'm having a blast. I love off-roading. Love getting out in God's country. When the race is over, I'm going to have peace and quiet. I don't have it on while the race is on. It's not going to be quiet. I want to see how Martinsville goes. I'm into sports. I'm highly competitive. So NASCAR is the best sport in my opinion. Next to them, baseball and college football. But yeah, when this race is over, I'm going to have some peace and quiet. I'm going to eat my dinner. And I'm going to enjoy God's creation. And when it gets nice and quiet, me and God talk. More or less I talk, he listens. If he talks to me, usually that means I have schizophrenia or something. Anyways, I don't know if schizophrenia is where you hear voices in your head or not. Whichever weird thing where you have voices in your head. I don't have that. So yeah, thank God it spoke to me like twice in my whole life. Maybe 3 times. So that's it. I'm going to eat my dinner. Goodbye, everybody. By the way, my little cooking ware, my utensils, 2 different kits from Walmart. Really cheap stuff, works. Enjoy your brisket and beans. It's hot. I didn't cool off enough. All right. Enjoy, everybody. Check out this sunset. It's just hitting the rim of the canyon here. Going all the way around over here. This side of the canyon over here is already down. Dark. We're about to lose it here. Probably the other campsite I had yesterday is going to have for about another 20 minutes, but I want to try something different today. I'll tell you now, the thing I love about Texas, the sunsets are amazing. You're so far removed from a town, and there's a little bit of light pollution from Amarillo and a little bit from Claude, but it's small amounts. You can see stars from horizon to horizon. The sunsets here are amazing. Watching the sunset through this canyon, and you see the shadows casting across, creating contrasts of light and dark. You can see the orange glowing on the side of the rim. It's beautiful. This spot I'm in right now didn't quite have the view towards the sunset as the previous day because there was a hill blocking about 5% of the horizon, but it was still an amazing view. Far better than you get in Georgia with trees blocking the horizon. It was awesome. I loved it. I'm in awe of God's creation when I'm here. Even got to do some stargazing. So coming here in a second, you're going to see the Andromeda Galaxy, and this is a night view of the canyon here. And you get the Andromeda Galaxy coming up, and then you get a comet coming up at the very end. I believe it was Comet Lemon. There were two comets at the same time, Swan and Lemon. I think I was looking at Lemon at this time, to the northwest. I never could find Swan. So yeah, there's the Andromeda Galaxy, M33. This is the Jeep at nighttime. You see the airplanes flying over the streaks in the sky. And here's the comet right there. That's Comet Lemon. Beautiful views. I love this trip. I love West Texas. It's great. Or is this North Texas? I don't even know. Well, that's it for day 2. With now a little West Coast experience under my belt, we're going to go hit the rim of the canyon and step up the difficulty and ride VR4 in day 3. So don't do this for long. I'll turn this thing on and let it run for about a minute, maybe 2 minutes. I'm actually checking the roof as it goes, make sure the roof don't get hot. Heat ain't getting these wires. I got the back right here completely opened up. This gets just a little bit of heat in here in the morning, make it easier to get up, get everything ready. Otherwise, you can also fire the Jeep up, but this works too. But I got the back right here completely emptied out. Nothing nearby. I got a fire extinguisher here. And this, like I say, maybe 60 seconds to run this thing on low setting and check the roof the whole time it's going and make sure it ain't too close to nothing else. But it's not. It's a trick. This is sketchy, but it works. You better pay real close attention if you ever try to do something like this, because I don't think these things are meant to be used in a car. If you'll ever wonder how I do the Bible in a year, because I do, by the way, every year I do the Bible. I'll do the Bible cover to cover once a year. One of the ways I do it is the Bible app. And I use a New American Standard version. I like that one. That one, English Standard, I like both of those. Those are my favorite versions to use. And
because Tobiah and
there we go. And you can read along. I'm in Nehemiah chapter 5. So yeah. No, chapter 6 today. They just finished rebuilding the wall when they came back from captivity. I'm about to turn this heater off. It's getting warm in here anyway. There we go. It's off. All right, my dog is not familiar with desert like this, so we're going to walk around and check, make sure no rattlesnakes crawled up under here to get warm last night before I let him out, because he ain't never seen a rattlesnake before. I don't want him to find one the hard way. I think that's 1010 right down there, name of that trail. And VR4 should be that one. We're going to do VR4 today. We haven't done that one yet. We did a lot of, I tried to write down what all we did yesterday. We did a lot of them. I bet I did 10 different trails. I didn't film all of them though. So far on this desert trip, it has been raining and humid every single day that I've been here. And it has not been very windy. And so the thing with this place is supposed to be very dry and very windy. Well, I haven't experienced either one. However, that being said, I think the wind is going to kick in tonight. So it's supposed to have dried out. It's supposed to have been dry the whole time I was here. But, you know, weather happens. Things go different. But I'm going to get out and ride some more trails today. VR4 is right there on them. So them canyon edges, there's a trail called VR4. It goes all the way around them canyon edges and goes down around those canyon edges down there. And we'll check that out. All the way down the bottom of that hill down there is Salt Creek or Salt Fork. We took it yesterday and took it up to the meadows, which is in that, not that canyon. There's a canyon 1, canyon 2, canyon 3 on that side over there is where the meadows was. So you can actually see the trail down there. This trail running the bottom here is 1010. I'm gonna get my iPhone out, do some film. All right, so we're looking at the canyon off Camp 123. You come down out of this drop-in over here. I don't remember what that drop-in is called, but it's called a drop. It's a drop-in. You come down that drop-in there, and you do your switchbacks. And then when you get down here at the bottom, that begins 1010. Some of the trail down there. So you come over here. So all that down through there is 1010. There goes 1010 down through there. So there's a canyon right there in the middle of those two. You see a canyon edge there. Well, down in that canyon ledge, see those trails right there? There's like 3 trails right there. There's northbound and Salt Fork. We did both those yesterday. And then into that canyon right over there is the meadows, which is a camping area. All right, guys. Let's say goodbye to this awesome campsite. We're leaving campsite 123. If you ever here, this is a good one. You can't see the sunset very well, but you can see it good enough. It sets right over that ridge right there. But it rose over there, over that one, so pretty good. And it's secluded-ish. You know, I mean, there's campsites around you, but they're not right up on you. They're a little bit away from you. I don't like the ones, like I went down to 400, I wouldn't camp there. You're right up on top of everybody. Everybody's camping right next to everybody. I don't like that. Even the meadows. There's only like 3 spots in the meadows, but if you're by yourself, the meadows is great. And I think if you go to other people, I wouldn't like it. Making my way out of campsite. So that popping noise is coming back, and I'm trying to do this with take the load off of my sway bar. See if it's loose, maybe. And the caps are tight. They ain't sure hear it popping though. Lock nuts are tight. It could be something else popping. Might not be that. But it's spinning fine. My pinion angle's a little out of whack. I need to fix that one of these days. But it's not bonding or anything, so it ain't my drive shaft. Gotta be the sway bar. Alright, I'll keep rolling so I don't see anything. I mean, the wheels took a beating. That's new because there's a rock impact there. Anywhere that's shiny, no, it's not, because some of these are old. I don't know which ones are new, which ones are old. That's definitely new there. One yesterday, there's a whole bunch of rocks there. Anyways, I come over, it's pretty big rocks. I thought I hit my step bar. I swear it was the passenger side. Oh no, it hit right here. That's where I hit. It hit the rear on one pretty hard too. Anyway, this is par for the course. That's what Jeep's for. These poor little 20s beat the crap out of them. The dealership I got the Jeep from, you know, I'd never owned the Jeep before. I mean, when I was a kid, we had a CJ7. You know, when I got 20s on it, I'm like, I didn't really think nothing about it because I never had one before. But it had, the dealership had put the 20s and 35s and a lift kit on it. And I bought a Jeep because they had already modded it with ways I shouldn't have modded it. But at the same time, guys, if I hadn't seen this Jeep lifted on 35s, I wouldn't have bought a Jeep. Because I didn't like the way they look stopped. So, I kind of wanted this Jeep thing blind, and little did I know, I bought a Jeep because I already had the mods on it. And hey, I ain't lying on you guys, though. Them mods lasted me for 3 years. 2021, this 4 years. I got 4 years out of that lift. And I'm still on, you know, almost 5 years now of having the same wheels and tires. So I mean, hey, you know, you can say I bought a Jeep with wrong mods, but at the same time, I've used these mods. So yeah, it was wrong, but it also kind of worked out too, didn't it? All right, here we go. Finally gonna hit some trails on day 3. We are starting VR4 North. This trail will ride the rim of the canyon and will take us probably the first couple hours of the day to do this one, and it is a blast. It is off camber. There are several times you're going over a hill and you can't see where you're going, and you know in the back of your mind there's a 400-foot cliff right there. I hope I'm not heading that way. Definitely something I'd recommend. You take a spotter with you, not because it's technical, because you can't see where you're going sometimes. And again, you'll see far along here that I'm taking this fairly slow, taking it easy, and learning how to wheel and what I call West Coast wheeling. I've never done West Coast wheeling, so this is my first taste of something that is not East Coast. It is definitely not like how I drive in Georgia and how I drive Alabama, Tennessee. I've said it before, guys, the dirt and the mud here have traction. I've never seen anything like it. There's so much traction, and if you use the throttle like I'm used to doing back home, you will break stuff. In these aerial shots, I want you to notice that there's another trail very close to me that's nowhere near as windy, a lot smoother, a lot straighter. I'm gonna point that trail out to you later when we get to the overlooks. But remember that for reference for in the future. But as for now, just look how close we are to the edge of that cliff, and we get even closer than that. First major obstacle of the day, the trail goes up to the cliff and just goes over the edge, and I can't see what's ahead. So I'm gonna pull up here to the ledge, I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna walk, and it is a very steep drop off with a hard left-hand turn, and if you miss your left-hand turn, you're going off the edge of a cliff. Well, number one, just like they say, you only live once. Number two, I'm good with Jesus. So, if I miss my turn, I know it'll all work out in the end. So guess what, guys? Here we go. 4 low, I am going down the hill. I've cut the music off for this clip. I want you to hear what happens when I crest over the edge. Number one, I'm going to bottom out. Number two, all the mud that has been slung up on the roof of my Jeep is going to come off and hit my hood. Yeah, no tricks with the camera angles there. It really is that steep of a drop. And all 5 days I was here, what you're gonna see right here is probably one of my favorite shots I got the entire trip. As you're focused on the Jeep, make a climb over the hill, and the camera pans out and you see the edge of the cliff pop up into view, and you see the ravine showing up in the distance. I don't know why, I really love the shot I picked up with that footage there. This is Cable Point. What I wanted to point out to you, this overlook is accessible with a much easier trail than the one I just did. So if you're out here and you're intimidated by the driving, the cliffs, and all the articulation and the obstacles you're gonna go on the hard trail VR4 North, there is a very green, easy access trail that will also get you to these lookouts. You don't have to take the hard path to get there, but the hard path is so much funner. So, what do I do with my phone? This is Cable Point. I guess because they got cables tied up around here to keep cattle from jumping off the edge. Those are deer. I see the prints now. Yep, those are deer prints. There's been a lot of deer coming up through here. Why are there so many deer in this one spot? It must be something growing to eat here. Berries or something. Clearly, there's all their droppings there. What are the deer eating here? The leaves, I guess? Or they eat more than just leaves. They do eat a lot of leaves, but they eat berries and stuff like that too. They eat flowers. I'm curious as to what they're eating. I haven't seen any yet today. Yesterday, or the first day I was here, I seen a whole bunch of deer. They got feeders set up out here. There's cliffs over here. So, I guess that keeps us healthy. Alright, now that I got him leashed to the Jeep, he can't mess nothing. I'm gonna walk back down here and actually get my binoculars and look off and enjoy the view. Pretty cool. I just hit the skid plate here on VR4. I think I drug it a little bit here too. It sounded like it hit more in one spot, but I can't find the other spot. I thought my step bars was what hit. I guess my step bars didn't hit. It's the only spots I've found so far I've hit. I've almost hit this camera a couple times going over the ruts. Check step bar on this side. I really thought these step bars hit. I thought it was the passenger side, not the driver's side, though. All right, anyways. Skid plates are doing their job. Great, but wow, I mean, when you see the views, my Lord, look at those views. This place is beautiful. I'm really spoiled because I've only been to a couple off-road parks, and this one right here is the coolest thing I've ever done. So, all right, let's keep rolling. we were leaning right into that canyon, but this ain't bad. We only hit 12 degrees that time. I've done hit 25 degrees earlier. It's double that. Ain't bad at all. This might be one of the spots right here I was talking about. Where I go to crest this hill and I can't see where I'm going. I just gotta hope the trail goes straight. Yeah, this is one of them. Oh, I see it up ahead now. It ain't bad. That right there was that drop I did. I'm gonna tell you right now, that was sketchy. I could not see where I was going. I couldn't see what was ahead. If I didn't have that drone, I mean, I walked it beforehand, so I knew I was okay. But that drone gave me a lot of comfort having that thing flying above me so I could, there we go, it's 20 degrees roll right there. But yeah, having that above me as another set of eyes was so helpful. So we're getting to that point where it's like cold and hot. It's 55 right now. You're in direct sunlight, you get warm. You get back in the shade, you get cold. So yeah, it's kind of where we're at. Well, this is Hertz Bluff. We'll check this out. See if I can let him walk with me, or I might have to leash him to the Jeep again. Dogs don't have very good depth perception, by the way, but holy cow, you're on the edge. Oh, wow. That might be the Light Bright Trail now that I think about it. There's one of them over here too. That don't look very challenging though. Their stuff would be hard. They do stuff way harder than what I do. So, I guess they can afford to replace their Jeep. I cannot. If I break my Jeep, I don't have a Jeep for a while. So, Hertz Bluff actually has two sides. You got that side there that we were just on. But then you come over here to this side, you got even more. We'll drive across this little rock garden. It's like a beginner rock garden. There's nothing to do this. It'll just drive right over it. Dogs, by the way, do not have good depth perception. At least this labs don't. So they don't understand cliffs and ledges and edges and stuff like that. So you gotta carefully like that. Stupid dog. Look how far down that is. It's like a 500-600 foot drop. Your dumb butt's gonna walk right to the edge like that. There you go, boy. That rock right there is going to give way soon. I thought looking under there see the rattlesnakes in there, but actually there's a loose rock ledge. It's going to crack and give off eventually. We won't step on that one. You see, I know where that is. I did that yesterday. See the way those two crisscross right there? That one, the easier looking one is... Oh, good God. Come on. I just did this yesterday. The north one, northbound. And the other one's Salt Fork. They crisscross back and forth each other like that. So I did both of them yesterday. I came up and I kept hitting. I think I came up and I did more of Salt Fork on the way back down. I did the northbound, but you crisscross them. So you change several times. The Meadows is right there. Camping area. Man, there are no words to describe just how beautiful this is. I think I need to set the Jeep up for a shot like this, don't I? Get like that top of the world kind of view where I put the front tires right here I'm standing at. I think I'm gonna do that. Also, I think I'm gonna walk out there to that point and check that out too. Let's go do that too. Chase, we're going for a hike. Let's go. All right, that's his tree now. He marked it. All right, let's keep going and find the hint. All right, this is the end of the hiking trail. Short little hike. That's more of Salt Fork and northbound again. So that spot right there is where I hit that big old rock that I had trouble getting over. Took me a couple passes, a couple attempts to get over that one in Salt Fork right there. So I don't know if you can see it with the GoPro. I'll try to zoom in on it so you can see. There were two Jeeps parked down here this morning. I saw them with my binoculars. Hey, let me get my binoculars out and look some more. I mean, you talk about an adventure. I've been off-roading, I've been camping, I've been overlanding, hiking. I'm not really a hiker. I'm probably breathing a little heavy. You can tell by my mid-40s and wearing cowboy boots, and not something I do a lot. I mean, I walk a lot of work. It's a big place. Wow, you know, a lot of air to cover, but I don't do a lot of this, so it's fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm hot though, I'll tell you that. Coming out of this hoodie when I get back to the Jeep. Chase, would you quit swapping sides? Look how tangled up he is, by the way. He's got this thing wrapped around so many times he won't pick a side. He keeps wanting to swap. He's hot too. Get some water when we get back before we ride. There's a Jeep off in the distance. Coming back to it. You can just barely see the propane tank on the roof sticking out over the trees. Well, you can't now. The tree blocked it. Now, any of you who know me or have been following this channel for a while, you'll know I have a couple of bucket list places that I'm wanting to see in my Jeep. To the point I've even made a playlist of bucket list adventures. Top of the World in Moab is on that list. It is a place I want to see. It's massive overlooking in Utah, just looking this canyon. Gotta admit, guys, I didn't even know this one was here, and oh my Lord, is this one good. You're looking into the Palo Duro Canyon, which is the second largest canyon in the United States. Bigger than the one Top of the World looks into, by the way. It's a 400-foot drop-off at this cliff. There's about a 700-foot difference to the bottom of the canyon, maybe 1,000, something like that. Guys, this is Hertz Bluff. This is at VR4, looking into the Palo Duro Canyon. Oh my, the view here was amazing. This is a bucket list moment for me right here. This is truly an epic view. Best one I have ever seen in my life to date. Second best I've ever seen, of course, is in Georgia. It's in the middle of Georgia on the mountains. You guys have seen my videos. It's been in my videos several times. Oh my, this view here in Texas though. Wow, is it good. Obviously, I'm giving it some love with 2 minutes worth of footage here to show off just how amazing it is. But yeah, this is this place holds a special place in my heart now. Until I make it to the top of the world, this is the coolest lookout I've ever seen. So yeah, enjoy this. Here's a little backstory on it. Look up the Palo Duro Canyon if you know the history of it. Wow, this place is just breathtaking though. Enjoy these views, and if you ever get a chance, come up here and check this out for yourself. By the way, at this point you're looking at the trails I rode yesterday. That was Salt Fork and northbound. Anyways, hey, let's get back to the video. All right, guys, Hertz Bluff, really cool. We took a little break, hiked the trail out here, and did a little sightseeing. Flew the drone for a second, got some cool pictures, or cool shots, and taking pictures. I'll screenshot the videos later. This place is just doesn't end. I mean, it's just one thing after another of excitement. Highly recommend this MERUS Park. I'm enjoying this. Anyways, let's continue on. VR4 North. I think we're getting near the end of it. Maybe a little bit more left to do. So here we go. I really thought I might high center that and drag my step bars on them rocks, but I didn't. As bad, but I can see about 40 yards that way where the trail is. I can't see nothing in front of me. So as it drops, okay, I'm seeing the trail. I'm pointing right at it. It's not that hard of a drop either. This one ain't as bad as some of the other ones. Some of the other ones, I'm just looking at sky. And I come over and I know I'm near the edge. I mean, there's the edge of the canyon right there. So I know I'm near the edge, so I don't want to. When I get to those, I stop and look over and make sure I'm going the right direction. Because you make a wrong turn to the right, and you end up going down a hole like that one right there. And that'll be the end of 1870 off-road. If you go down that little notch right there, that's about a 700-foot drop down there to that. Nothing big at all. Nothing. There's gonna be a little gully when I get down there. Like this right here. I've got no idea where the trail just went. So I gotta stop and get out and look and see where I'm at. See, there's nothing. There's gonna be a little gully when I get down there. Then it turns left, goes back up that little hill. Nothing to it, I just can't see it. got a hard right-hand turn, and I can't see what's over here. I see that, I mean, blue sky for a second. Now I see the trail. We're good. Oh, that's gonna be a little dip right there. That's right at the edge of that little canyon. Oh, that ain't much. It's all right. Look worse from back there. I was like, oh, that's gonna get bad. So we're gonna be rolling to the right, pretty steep, while leaning towards that right there. So 18 was the highest I got there. Now we're leveling back out. Oh, easy, easy. Still only got 18 degrees. Yeah, now we're flattening out. 14 up, 15 up. Oh, that ain't bad. I thought it was gonna be more than that. I hit some stuff yesterday and I didn't have all this stuff on, but I went 20 right there for a second. But I went way over 20. I think I hit 30 at one point yesterday on Lonesome Dove. And that one I was sliding back down as I was 30. I couldn't get traction. I had to try it a couple times. This ain't as hard as it. It's just that you're on the edge of a cliff. So it makes it feel a little bit worse. If it wasn't a cliff edge right here, if I was just in the bottom of a ravine, it wouldn't be nothing at all. That looks like that's going to be a little drop. Definitely going to be a drop. And a diff dragger right there at the end too. Alright, we're going down 14, 13. Rolling to the left for some reason. That feels kind of weird. 21. 23. Alright. Well, I'm sliding, but that's okay. We hit 28 right there. Oh, let's read this text message real quick. Alright, 28 was the worst I hit, and I'm already down at the bottom. I slid, though. There was not a lot of braking there. That was more sliding. But that's why you're in 4 low, because that helps hold you. Until, of course, tires start sliding. There ain't nothing you can do at that point. Alright, enough of this first-person point of view. This looks fairly simple going this way. Ha, famous last words, right? And now let's see where I'm going. Oh, trail's over here. Now we're gonna go up this big steep thing right here. If we don't start climbing, we're in the first gear. Here we go. Spinning my tires a little bit. 20 degrees is still the peak. Hey, but once again, I don't know where the trail is. I can't see it. I'm gonna guess it's right here. Just a cliff right ahead, right? Hey, there it is. Back down to the left. But it's not hard. This is actually a fairly easy trail. Just stuff like that. You get off camber, and you got several spots you can't see where you're going, and it's really steep. But I mean, this stuff has really good traction. Well, I might jack my spare right here. All right, here we go. tell you guys, I've said it before, this dirt here is really sticky. It's making me change some habits I've learned from, you know, driving around Georgia. You don't need as much throttle to get up stuff. You really can just crawl up stuff really easily. In Georgia, it's a lot more, the dirt has no traction. So you have to use a lot more gas and throttle to get up it. This stuff here, a lot of grip in it. That was a steep climb, by the way. I'm out of breath. So that little part was filmed during the 4x speed clip before, but that was my in-person live reaction to the amazing grip there is, even in the mud here in Texas. Had to put it in there. That was the end of VR4 North. That was fun. I think between that one and Lonesome Dove are two favorite ones I've done so far. Yeah, I'd say so. They were probably my favorite ones. Salt Fork probably third. So yeah, let's ride back up here to camp. We're on the easy part now. This is north something, I don't know. We're taking it out of 4 low, put it back in 4 high. I don't think we need 4 low anymore. Just check out that view. Lordy, this place is so beautiful. And back up here, it's high plains. We're in the high Great Plains, high desert, whatever you want to call it, prairie land. Yeah, pretty cool. I like this. It may not be Longhorns, but that's a whole lot of steak dinner right there. Might gotta get me a steak while I'm in Texas. Never had a steak from Texas. Goodbye, little cows. Y'all have a good day. My daughter would love to have seen that. Yeah, guys, high plains. This place is flat. Far as the eye can see. Till you look to the left, there's a big 1,000-foot hole in the ground. You know, there's no Colorado River going through this canyon. I wonder how the God haters say this canyon was formed. There's no river in it. There's no creek in it. There's no body of water. It's just there. Wonder what they say. Here's just high plains, big gigantic hole in the ground. I'm curious. Get home and do some Wikipedia research and figure out what they come up with. And I make fun of them for that. I just believe in God, and I believe in Jesus, and I believe God formed everything. A lot of times, you know, by the way, guys, I don't hate science. I absolutely love science. I think it's one of the coolest things in the world. I look at science as studying God's creation. And unfortunately, sadly, too many of the people in the science don't look at it that way. And that's fine. You know, it's good to have more than one opinion when you're doing research. Not for salvation, that ain't fine. But for research, it's a good idea to have people have different ideas. You know, you don't want to come into everything and, I mean, you'll be one-sided. You know, if you come in and just thinking everybody there is Christian, everybody there believes God made everything. So nothing wrong with having other points of view. I just wish that Christianity was one of the points of view they had, and that there are creation scientists out there, but aren't many. So yeah, at the end of the day, though, God made the world. Wonder how they say it happened. That's an interesting cattle gate. Check this out. So it pops up after you drive over it. All right. That's not, I think we're heading to town. And then I'm gonna go over here and talk to these guys about setting up a different camp for the night. According to Wikipedia, the canyon was formed by the Prairie Dog Town Fork Red River. So we're exploring the 300 East Canyon Rise. I just wanted to come check it out and see what it's all about, because I hadn't been over here yet. And I might ride some of it tomorrow, but I'm also looking for a campsite for the night. I found probably 2 or 3 different ones I could use, so we'll go back in here and we'll find out if I can get them. And I'll move campsites if I can. Look, little windmill. It's the one I was seeing earlier off in the distance. Now I know where it is. Been over here to it. Yeah, it must power a well or something. Yeah, it's got water. Must power a well. I need gas, I need dinner, I need ice. I googled how far away Buc-ee's was. It was about 15 minutes out of the way. And I forgot to take it out of the GPS, so we went there by mistake. Burger place. So I guess we're going to Buc-ee's, fill up on gas and get some ice. I didn't mean to come all the way up here, but I'm here now, so now I'm gonna come up here and see it. And then while I'm here, I'll check it out. Then I'm gonna head to the burger place. I guess I took the scenic route. All right, now we're taking this little loop that goes around Amarillo. We got some ice, some Dr. Pepper, and some gas from Buc-ee's. And we're about 5 minutes away from, or it says we're 8 minutes away from the Land Shark Burgers. See what it's all about. Recommended by the folks at MERUS. So I thought I filmed some stuff when I was here. Apparently all I did was take 2 pictures of my Jeep. So here's a screenshot of their Facebook page. You can go like it and see what they got there. And this place is really good. Like I say, it's just a beach-themed restaurant, literally with a beach and palm trees and all that stuff in the middle of the desert, more than 1,000 miles from the nearest ocean. Pretty cool idea for a business. Middle of nowhere, you put a beach. I mean, hey, that probably works. Never thought about that before. Folks around here probably never even seen a beach before. I gotta imagine they're at least 1,000 miles from a beach. From Amarillo. Gotta be. Hey, anyways, this place is awesome. Great burger. I got the spicy barbecue bacon burger and some onion rings. Something different. I'm heading back now. 100 area, East Rise, getting to campsite 361. I come over here and scoped them out earlier. But rode in town, got a burger to eat for, honestly, for the whole day. And now we're gonna go up here at the campsite and chill out the rest of the day. Take it easy, rest my back. I figured out after the first day, the problem with my back hurting is that I'm driving too much in one day. I took it easy for a couple hours yesterday and sat differently without a chair. And, you know, my back wasn't hurting at all that night when I slept. So I needed to rest a little bit more before I lay down. I rest my back more. So that's all it was. Figured that out. Stretch all the muscles out, move around, do something different before I go from sitting to laying down. Probably working the core like crazy with all this off-roading. So yeah. Anyways, we're gonna do the same thing today. Same kind of way, we'll go chill out, enjoy the day, enjoy the afternoon here. It's 4:30. So you got probably an hour and a half of daylight left. And we'll go make camp and sit down and have a good evening. Catch a cool sunset, hopefully. Fingers crossed. To elaborate on what I was saying there, I don't have any kind of back problems or anything like that. This is the biggest drive I've ever done in my life, going 1,200 miles in 2 days. And I think I just had felt it. I was using muscles in my back like I've never used them before. I don't ever drive that much. So yeah, this was just something different, and I had trouble sleeping the second night. And I figured out just getting back to camp and, you know, a little stretching, getting back loosened up a little bit before I go to bed really made a big difference. And I had no more back problems the rest of the way through this trip. Even the way home, I made sure to get out and kind of stretch a little bit more during the middle of the day. And that was all I needed. But hey, enough whining about back pain. Look at this amazing campsite and this great view looking in the canyon here. This is site 361 with 362 right next to it. It's that white truck right there going across the center of the screen. He just disappeared right there behind the mountain. So there he is, popped back up again. That white truck, that is Highway 207. So now, you look at a map, you see from the east rim how far away the Highway 207 is from where I'm at. But I'm on the east rim. MERUS Adventure Park. Get yet another sunset. Got my Jackery almost fully charged, charging up the batteries from my drone, transferring the footage off my drone to my phone, and start transferring GoPro footage to my iPad here before long. Probably. I might do something tomorrow too. We'll see. Got my gear out here. I'm gonna pack up on the table when I go to bed. I was gonna put the fire pit out, but I'll be honest with you, it's just a hassle setting that thing up. And honestly, it's so I wanted to stay up here though because I got cell service up here. If we go down to the canyon, well, we know wind, but there's also no cell service. I can't believe I've never come here before. Now that I know they got all the stuff here, I mean, guys, a shower. Look how clean the hair is. I took a shower today. It'd been a couple days, so I came in today, I took a shower, rode into town, got me a bite to eat, something different than brisket and beans. I mean, this place is awesome. They got everything. And it's off-road, it's secluded. So I drove over here and explored every campsite and said, this one's my favorite. If not this one, it was going to be 311. Won't be 311, it'll be 322 or 352. It's like you go this way is just complete flat high plains prairie. And you go this way and it's just a big massive canyon, a hole in the ground. And coming up from 82 from Texas is a lot of rolling hills. It wasn't as flat as I expected. It was, generally flat. But it wasn't flat. It ain't flat like it is up there. I drove to Amarillo today. Man, it's flat in Amarillo. Oh my Lord. That must be what a girl I work with from Oklahoma. She was telling me about the how flat it is in Oklahoma. And I'm like, this is what that girl's been talking about. It's getting chilly. Ain't no sense being up once it gets cold. Just might as well just go lay down and get an early start the next day. So, cat litter box. Dog food. That's what that cat litter box is. I have 4 of those at home. So when I buy the big 60-pound bag of dog food, I just cut the bag up and fill those 4 up with food. Is how I feed them. But I'll put the food up top so coyotes don't come up here. No, there's some kind of taco place I want to try. Taco Casa or something like that. I've never seen it before. Since I got in Texas, I've seen them everywhere. So I think I'm going to stop and try the taco. I say it in Louisiana, and I've seen it here in Texas. I say that, guys. I'm eating like 1 time a day. Every day I'm here. I'm barely eating anything. Just not that hungry. One, you're not really walking around a lot. But, you're so active and engaged in doing something. I don't want to stop and eat. I rode around for 3 hours this morning with my stomach growling at me. I was doing VR4 North, which is that ridge on the horizon right there. And, my stomach was growling the whole way through it. I'm like, I didn't care. I want to do some riding. I didn't drive all this way to be slowed down by stopping to eat all the time. Which is why, if you see my campsite here, no big elaborate cooking system. Guys, I ain't out here to spend all day cooking and cleaning up dishes after getting done cooking. I just want to eat. Grab something to eat, and I want to keep riding. So I generally am packing simple food. I haven't need to refrigerate stuff because I just stop at a gas station and get ice. So yeah, it's overlanding, but it's kind of road trip overlanding. Anyways, enough rambling. This is the end of day 3 of MERUS, and it's also day 4 of the full trip overland, of the full road trip thing. So yeah. All right. Got a good shot of the Pleiades rising up over the canyon here at nighttime. And it was really cold, so not a whole lot of stargazing at night. Took a couple pictures and basically went in the Jeep and got in bed and got warm and rested up for the next day. A big day tomorrow coming up for day 4. We're going to do some harder trails. But before we attempt the Jeep Badge of Honor Trail, I'm going to get woke up to a whole lot of wind early in the morning. All right, guys, this is 0500 day, Lord, get some lighting on here. Hang on one second, get some lighting for you. 0500 day 5 of the adventure, day 4 at MERUS Park. It's windy outside. Little bit of rain just came through, and I mean, it's windy so bad it's rocking a Jeep. And it was only like 30 miles an hour wind. I have never experienced wind like this before. I guess if it blows this hard at home, it's a storm front or something. You never pay attention to it. It's just windy with a little bit of humidity in it. Ain't really even all that wet. But anyways, I woke up, turned the Jeep on, get the heater going. It's pretty cold in here. And there's like a band of showers heading through Texas. And we're so far up in the desert, we're getting a sprinkle. But when it gets past here, it's supposed to explode and be a massive band of showers. So, I mean, the Jeep's rocking. Oh my Lord. This stuff ain't no joke, man. That's wild. Anyway, I'm worried about my stuff out there when I am where I don't really care about the wind part. I need to go ratchet strap my stuff down. But I'm gonna go ratchet strap that table from one leg over the top down the other leg. Make sure it don't go nowhere real quick. So I'll be right back. So here I got all the lights on the Jeep to help me see in the morning. Went out there to the table and ratchet strapped everything down to it. worked really good. None of my gear blew away, although I do believe I might have bent or damaged my table. For some reason now it don't want to fold up. And, you know, small thing that happens there. I just thought it was pretty cool that I was managed to capture all this on a 360 camera in the rain while putting this gear up. Yeah, ain't very much lighting, but whatever. Hey, look, we're in the Jeep. It is 0700. Sun ain't come up yet. It's cloudy though, and it's windy. So I've been up for an hour or two, and while I'm up, I'm editing video, which I can't see no more because I'm recording on my phone. I'm editing. I'm not editing video. I'm transferring video off my GoPros onto my iPad. It takes a long time to do that. And I'm over here playing around Instagram right now, seeing what's going on in the Instagram world, because I'm just sitting here on top of the ridge waiting on the sun to come up. This is the little ones. You get a big gust and the Jeep starts rocking like this. And I think it's going to be even windier tomorrow than what it is today. But oh well. Well, the wind blew all the rain away and it cleared up. I got some early morning hour shots of Orion and some pictures of an amazing sunrise over the desert. Well, that's how much my air is after it aired down last night with the cold air. Might put a little bit more back in there. I don't like that 9 number. Single digits on 20 is kind of a little sketchy, but it's a new day. No more blue trails. We're going for black trails now. All right, we're doing a drop-in for day 4 of MERUS. 1 Jeep on the 101 drop-in, going down. Man, what a view. Oh my Lord. They wasn't lying about the view. Since all the drop-ins here are steep and tight, only 1 Jeep wide, you have to radio ahead that you're coming up or down. God, look at that view. This place is beautiful. All right, enough filming inside the cabin. I'll do everything else with the outside cameras. What a blast. Now, as you're coming up or down these drop-ins, you just can't help but admire the view and the beauty of this canyon. I still am, even go back and editing the video, I am in awe of how this place looks. It is amazing. You got to get out here and check it out in person if you ever get a chance. All right, we're on the 101. We're making our way to Huckleberry, Badge of Honor Trail. Here we go. This is Salt Fork we're crossing. I did it, yep, yeah, not yesterday, 2 days ago. It was not hard. It's a lot rockier than what we're on right now. Not this part. This part's actually pretty easy. When you get farther up that way, it gets rocky. But it wasn't hard. Like it said, it was rated a 5. Oh, wow, I can't see them right in the sun. Oh, come off trail a little bit too. That will get better when the sun gets a little higher in the sky. Right now, would have blinded me. see what it's all about. Actually, I think it's rated 8. Rocks, we can get over those. Ain't a problem. Our way around some of the stuff, but we'll make it over it. It's gonna be really hard to do without a spotter. I'm trying to pick out my lines here. I'm already on my step bar. I'm almost on my rim there. No spotter, in and out of the Jeep. It was a little nerve-wracking trying to do this by myself, and I did not realize my GoPro had died. I didn't get no footage for about the next hour. So this little climb here was pretty gnarly. There's a rock garden. Here, we'll show you. We just came out of the rock garden. And show what we got here. Here. That's where we're at, right there. With those trees there. There's easy ways and hard ways through this. It took me a little bit to find the easy way, but I found it. It's like going 5 feet forward, stop, get out and look around. I hit my step bars on this, but yeah, this was the garden right here. There's an easier side to get through coming down right up there. You can get down this one and go easier. Yeah. I didn't have my camera rolling, unfortunately. I got done and checked and my battery was dead. It had died on me, so I didn't get none of that on film. All I got was the camera I'm holding right now. And I stopped. So once you get past that, it gets easier through here. You got a steep climb, but even it was easy. It just was steep. These rocks here ain't nothing. It took me a couple times. That one spot I had to do like trying to pivot. There's a big rock on your right side door. Trying to pivot around it. The easiest way I found. Anyways. Let's change the batteries in the GoPro and keep going. Because it's dead. Or the other GoPro. I'm on a GoPro. Let's change batteries in the other GoPro. Alright, new battery. Good to go. Well, walking got me hot.
MERUS Adventure Park.
I'm trying to spot this stuff on my own. It's back and forth, in and out of the Jeep. At one point, my seatbelt wouldn't unlock because it was at I was on such a steep angle, I guess, or something. It locked my seatbelt up. When I got out, I couldn't get the seatbelt back out. Had to get rolling and get the Jeep. Had to get the Jeep, level and all that. So, anyways, yeah, I just got cell service getting the text message right now. Oh, where's the trail gonna go? All right, this looks like a big deep hole. All right, let me quit filming. I gotta drive. If we keep going right, we're going to continue on the black trail. It's a diamond. So we'll check it out, see what it looks like. I'm thinking it's going to be gnarly. And so far, it was the rock part. Good Lord, I need to spot it. Huckleberry, black diamond, advanced. So it looks like it stays easy for a little bit. This kind of, for the last little bit, this is what it's been like. It's actually been fairly easy to do. But yeah, it's, oh, see, it's right there. I'm just gonna go downhill with some switchbacks and all that. This part would be not bad, actually. What am I doing? Not that much. Come on, Chase. We'll go over here and look at my stuff. I hit it inside pretty hard. I think I hit the step bar. I'll see if I damaged it. It's not a rock slider. It's one of the things that on the to-do list in the near future is new rock slider. Or a rock slider, because I don't have any. I got step bars. No, I hit down here somewhere. I didn't hit that hard, just hit right there. A little bit spot, maybe hit my frame. Can't tell, it's dirty. Didn't really hit the slider, the slider. Didn't really hit it that hard. So yeah, cool. See what I did hit hard though, it took a chunk out of my sidewall. That's bulging because I'm at 10 PSI. Huh. I hope that's okay to drywall. I have a spare. Looks like it just hit the rubber. I hope so. Let's get in there to look at. Check the other side. Hit my diff, I think, at one point. Unfortunately, with that damage to that tire, I don't think I'm gonna keep going on this one. Even though it looks easy, I'm sure it's gonna get hard again. We'll take this trail here. This one it said was a 5, so that's not nowhere near as hard as what I came off of. So yeah, all right, let's load up. Homeboy's getting in a Jeep. We're gonna have to call this quits. Face first, right on the right. Well, it's desert. Hey, look, there's water on Mars. Oh, wind blew that back on me. Watch your face. Let's take Mars and here. Check out my my tire. I may have to stay off the hard stuff today. Dang it. I hate that. Alright, sadly we're gonna go do Mars. Sadly, because we're not gonna finish Huckleberry. I got a cut on my tire. I'm gonna get out here and show you what Mars looks like though. Well guys, as you can see, I am on planet Mars. So I guess the Jeep is now the Martian rover. Can add, got Jeep badge trails of honor. I'm gonna add planets of honor. I've now done planet Earth and I've done planet Mars. Cool as that. Windy on Mars. Oh, Lordy. All right, Ben, shut the door for me. All right, here we go. Now, Mars is itself a really cool trail. However, at this point, it kind of feels like a ride of shame. I wasn't able to finish Huckleberry. I got about halfway down it and just had already damaged once and nearly picked up damage second time. I was struggling to get over these obstacles in the spotter. I had to punch out and take this bay out of here. I'm going to come back and do it again when I got somebody with me to help me out. But in the meantime, enjoy this view here as I sadly roll off the big Jeep Badge of Honor Trail and head through Mars on our way back to MERUS 101. All right, this is Mars. How cool is that? So yeah, it's sad on one hand I didn't get to finish the Jeep Badge of Honor Trail. However, I'm gonna point out my intention coming to this park this week was I did not even intend on attempting this Jeep Badge of Honor Trail. I thought it was gonna be too challenging, too hard for me to do it. And the more I rode stuff on the West Coast in Texas, the more I began to understand how to use all this amazing traction you guys have when you get across Mississippi. I just got more and more confident. I was willing to try it. And I'll be honest with you, traction was not the issue for me. It was honestly the way my Jeep is set up, the way my Jeep is built, is clearly not set up for doing this style of riding. And I could have done it, but I would need a little help. And like I said, the biggest thing I needed, you probably could barely hear it because the wind was so bad, I need rock sliders. I don't have rock sliders, I have steps. And that is something that's been on my to-do list, but I also, before I head out to Moab, I'm going to have rock sliders as Jeep. I probably will have different wheels and tires. Hopefully I will at least. That's a lot of money though. We'll see. Hey, in the meantime, let's keep riding Mars Hill. Let's quit rambling. Yeah, I just caught that I said Mars Hill. It's Mars, not Mars Hill. Mars Hill is a place in the Bible. Acts chapter 16, 17, something like that. Anyways, let's carry on. All right, we're headed back up MERUS 101, and it is really windy. This one's steep. I feel like Batman when you see the bad guys. And the screen was always tilted. Oh, Lord. And I'm flexing out and scrubbing my sway bar in the rear, too. This right here is going to be the steepest part, I think. This is steep. All right, that was the part I was worried about. We made it. The rest of the stuff I think we'll make off just fine. Look at that out there. Oh, Lord. All right, back to focusing on what I'm doing. You can hear the fan running. It was really working the cooling system of this Jeep going up that hill. Being in 4 low and pulling it that hard. So not quite as fast as a 4-tire pit stop in NASCAR, but once I got back up here to camp where the ground was flat, I'm gonna pull over and I'm gonna take that right front tire off, put the spare on, and I'm not gonna do anything else challenging the rest of this trip. I'm gonna do a little bit more easy stuff, but no more challenging stuff, because now I feel like I don't have a spare. Even though the spare, or the one that's coming off and going to spare, is actually still holding air. I did not puncture the cord, but I took all the rubber off of it down to the cord or close to it. And I want to look tire over really good before I decide to run on it. Actually, in hindsight now, I'm now just going to patch the tire. I think the tire actually was still good, but I didn't want to risk it. So tire comes off, spare goes on, and I got some side quests, some side adventures I'm going to take off on. Those won't be in this video. That'd be a different video down the road. They're not off-roading related. So hey, tire's back on now. Let's get back on the video here and let's get back to it. So like I was saying, the little side quest I just went on will be on the future overlanding road trip video. Be looking out for it. I can't wait to share with you what I just did. All right, after our secret special adventure and getting some lunch, I got Taco Bell, by the way. Man, that just does not get old right there. Just admire the Lord's creation. I mean, I don't know if the canyon was made on purpose or not. Maybe it was made by a creek. I don't know. Either way, it's there. It's beautiful. So awesome. I'm so thankful I got to come do something like this. This is great. That is so sketchy. Even the dog is panting back here behind me. Try them in reverse. One tap in the wrong direction and I'm going over that cliff. That would not be good. It'd be the end of 1870 off-road. Well, that's about far up as I'm gonna go. It is so cold. This is our final night at MERUS Park. Saved our best campsite for the last. I didn't film much because the battery was dead. Having problems with my batteries dying today. But check this out. I would love to tell you what campsite this is, but I'm sworn to secrecy by one of the guys who told me what it is. So I can't tell you. But you look down there. There's the MERUS drop-in right there. The Langley's Landing, whatever that is right there. The other drop-in. See MERUS 101 going down there. That's your camp, first camp, whatever that's called. I want to say that trail right there is the northbound or something like that. There's a rock garden there. I wonder if that rock garden is. The little red dirt hills there is Mars. There's some heavy equipment right there. A minute ago I was sitting here, I heard coyotes down there hooting and hollering down in the canyon down there. I couldn't tell where, I couldn't see them. But I had my binoculars here at the time, because I was gonna sit here tonight, look at stars and enjoy binoculars, but yeah, guys, it's cold. I am not gonna sit here no more. It is too cold. This is my last night here. I've enjoyed the views quite a lot. This spot here has a complete 200. I mean, other than that little hump right there, you got a complete unobstructed view of the sky all the way around. Walk up here with me, I'll show you where you park at. This one costs more, by the way. This is a premium campsite. It's the only night I camped here. And it's so cold I really didn't get to enjoy it very much, but yeah, still good view. Right here's where I'm parked. It's not flat, but you got a platform for a tent. Get over here behind the Jeep. The wind ain't blowing. So the idea is that if you come here with a tent, you have a platform, set your tent on, keep it stable. It's got tie-down hooks on it, so you can strap your tent down to those hooks. Hey guys, it's just me and a dog. I don't sleep in a tent, I sleep in a Jeep. And besides that, it can get down to about freezing tonight. It should be 34 or 35, something like that, low temperature. It's gonna get pretty dang cold. It'll be a lot warmer inside the Jeep than it will be outside. So yeah, I ain't sleeping outside in 34 degrees. I mean, I could take my buddy here with me, keep the tent somewhat warm, but I can sit in Jeep, turn Jeep on to keep the tail warm. You know? That's a lot easier. That's all right there, strapped down. That was a lot of words to show you. I strapped all that down so the wind don't blow it away. I figured it out in a minute. All that being said though, guys, having a blast. This is awesome. Tomorrow will be day 5. I really won't ride any trails. I mean, it'll be 5 days here. I don't know if that counts as 5 days. Maybe it counts. I really did 3 days of riding. We got here on the first day. We rode one little trail. And so maybe tomorrow I might technically ride a trail, just like say I did a 5th day, but I might not. This is the end of day 4 at MERUS Park. We're 1 day from the quarter moon. I guess that's still technically a waxing crescent. Might be a quarter moon. It's pretty close. I'll come out here tonight and get a few pictures, but not many, because it's cold. I'm gonna get the Jeep, fire the heater up, and I'm probably gonna go to sleep pretty early. I'd like to get out of here about 6 in the morning, if I can. At least 7 at the latest. That's it. Get a few pictures and I'm gonna go to bed. Good night, everybody. This place has been awesome. God, I've loved this trip. This has been an amazing trip. Best trip I think I've ever done. That's it, everybody. Good night. Well, day 4 has been awesome. We saved the best for last. We did the hardest trail on the last day. Got the Jeep Badge of Honor. We had the hardest weather for the last day. It was really windy. We had an amazing sunset. We went to that secret destination, which you may recognize. The weather cleared up. It was beautiful other than the wind. And the wind brought in some cold. And yes, I didn't want to stay out too late, but I still got out there and took some great pictures from this premium campsite. Got some great pictures of the sunset, great pictures of the stars. I just can't say enough about how great and how amazing this place is. I'm loving this Palo Duro Canyon. This has been my favorite place I think I've ever came to and ever visited. Can't wait to come back and share this with more people. I hope in the future, if I come back, you're willing to tag along and come visit with me. Plenty of campsites here. Plenty of stars to look at. I mean, just look at these stars. Guys, they're so cool. I mean, directly overhead, it's like being here at my house in Georgia, but horizon to horizon, God, it's great. But hey, you know what? The sun is rising. It's day 5, and we're going to start off the day with a night ride. Technically, this is early morning, but it's still dark, so it's still a night ride. All right, you can't see it, but oh my, the stars. Hey, it is early in the morning here. It is day, oh Lord, what day are we on? Day 5 at MERUS Park. Loading up Jeep and rolling out. It is, I got up at 0600, I don't know what time it is, probably about 6:30. I got up and let the Jeep warm up. Ran the heater for a little bit, warm my body up, get my bones warm. I'm out here loading up the Jeep. Hey, I have ditch lights for a reason. I'm gonna turn them on.
The strength of my salvation. You have covered my head in the day.
So yeah, we're loading up the final day at MERUS Park, day 5 here. Today's the day we start the slow crawl back to Georgia. It's gonna take 2 days to get there. God, these stars. I'm getting a picture of these stars before we leave too. But anyways, let's load up and get out of here. It's freaking cold. It's like 35 degrees. All right, goodbye everybody. This is the beginning of day 6 of the big Texas Overlanding road trip and the end of MERUS Adventure Park. Now that I've been here at MERUS for 5 days, I've learned the terrain. I now am perfectly confident in riding this canyon, riding these rims at night in the dark with nothing but my lights on, because I know where the drop-offs are now. I know where the big ditches are now. So yeah, I would not have done this first day or 2 I was here. There's no way. But I've been here enough days now that I'm comfortable doing this night ride by myself. Literally by myself. I think I'm the only person in the canyon. Night ride, MERUS Park. Here we go. Day 5. This is how you do day 5. Do the night ride. It is a cold night ride, though, so we'll get back in here on my, get my hand back inside the Jeep. God, it's cold out there. The lights turned down all the way? Oh, they're not. They're on bright mode. I don't want to blind me so much. This place is so beautiful, even at night. I know the GoPro don't show up. There are stars from horizon to horizon. This place is awesome. I love it. Can you see the sunrise? You can see the sunrise and Venus coming up right there. Every time I think about looking out here. After 5 days of wheeling in the northwest corner of Texas, the biggest adventure of my life has come to an end. MERUS Park, just outside Amarillo, Texas, is the coolest place I have ever seen. I spent years preparing to take this trip, and MERUS Park wasn't even supposed to be part of it. I was supposed to be going out to Monument Valley, and I was looking for a place to camp overnight. I found this park, looked it up, the trails look amazing, and wow, what a destination this became. Really glad you've tagged along, made it this far into the video. This is just the beginning, guys. I would love to open this up and do this again in the future with more people. You need to comment and let me know if you'd be interested in doing that. I don't have any exact plans at the moment. I'm just putting feelers out to see. I'll determine and gauge that in the future with comments. But let me know. In the meantime, I got to make a 1,200-mile drive back home in the middle of Georgia. So keep your eye out for the big Texas Overlanding road trip video and the Smoking the Bandit video, all in the works. Thanks for watching 1870 Off-Road. I will see you out there on the trails.